Hi and welcome to Diving Head First. This week I'm going to show you how to do freezer paper stencils. They're super easy and super cheap, and it's really simple to do. If you notice, mine looks like a book cover, and it's because this is the beginning of a project of making a book pillow for my sister-in-law for her birthday. Now I'm running late on it. So she gets a little sneak peek of her birthday present now. Oh well. Things happen. So let's dive in. The supplies you will need for this project are freezer paper, fabric paint, an X-Acto knife for the fine detail cutting, something to squirt your paint out onto. You can just use another piece of freezer paper. I had this palette, so I just used it. I use a foam stippler for applying my paint, but you could just use a brush or even a foam brush. A scissor for the larger shapes. Paint brushes for fixing little details, the image that you're going to make your stencil out of, the fabric that you're going to stencil to, and an iron. To get started, trace your image onto your freezer paper. The freezer paper is thin enough, as long as your image is dark, you could actually see it through. It's really easy to just trace. Once you've traced your image, just cut it out. Once your shape is cut out, pull out an ironing board. Iron your stencil onto your fabric. Make sure that the wax or plasticky side is face down. Once your stencil is applied to your fabric, you can start painting. You may have to do multiple coats, and you should follow the directions of the type of paint that you are using. Once it is dry, you can remove your stencil. Now moving on to my second stencil where I just cut out the letters. I actually printed my image straight onto the freezer paper for this one, and then I cut out the letters individually. I did this also so that I would have the black outline of the shape to line up with, so I knew the placement of the text was where I wanted it. I didn't leave anything for the insides of the letters, like insides of the P and stuff like that. I'm going to paint that in later. Just repeat the same process as before. Iron on your freezer paper with your cutout design on it. When you have fine details like this, make sure that everything is laying flat and it doesn't bend in any weird ways, so you capture all your details. Once your stencil is ironed on, you can start painting again. Now see, this is what happens when you pull off your stencil while your paint is still wet and you have very fine little details. I pulled off my stencil too early and all the little details were stuck in there, and I couldn't really do much about it for a while because my paint was still wet because I was impatient. But what I ended up doing was actually pulling out, like going through with a tweezer and pulling out all the little details. After I removed all the bits and pieces of freezer paper from my details, I touched everything up with the paintbrushes as well as filling in all the holes that I had filled in before, like in the P and the E, and then also just touched up the edges. That is how to make freezer paper stencils. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I post new videos every Wednesday. Hit subscribe to get notifications when new videos go up. Also, I have a Patreon now, so you can become a patron and become a member of my team. See you guys later. Bye!